Welcome to the fourth installment in my effort to reconstruct the crash of N72 Echo X-ray. I received some comments to my previous videos that I didn't capture the fog that was involved in the accident. I couldn't figure out how to create clouds in Google Earth Studio, which I'd used in my previous videos. So on the advice of my friend Brad, I tried the simulator X-plane from Laminar Dynamics. I used an open source tool to convert my reconstructed flight path data into an FDR file that could be loaded and played back in X-plane. In the upper left, you see a daylight reconstruction in X-plane. In the upper right, my attempt to depict the same playback in the weather conditions at the time of the crash. The Google Earth Studio display is my ground truth so that I know the X-plane simulator is on track. At about this time, the pilot notified air traffic control that he was climbing to avoid a cloud layer. As you can see in the altitude graph and by looking out the window, the helicopter is beginning to climb. I don't know when the aircraft became surrounded by fog, so what you are seeing is just a guess on my part. The aircraft continues to climb, presumably to get out of the fog. In this reconstruction, the helicopter rises to approximately 2,300 feet to match the maximum altitude in the NTSB investigative update. As I stated in my previous videos, I am not a pilot and I will make no assessment as to why or how the crash actually occurred. Please note that this is an amateur effort and I deferred to the NTSB for the real analysis and reconstruction. My understanding is that the top of this fog layer is about 2,400 feet. In other words, if the pilot had gone up only another 100 feet at this point, they would have been out of the fog. The helicopter is now in a left-hand turn, is descending at over 4,000 feet per minute, and is heading towards the mountains. The helicopter continues to turn and bank to the left. In this reconstruction, the maximum bank angle was 63 degrees. I have just added a cockpit view. In this reconstruction, the pilot did not see the mountains until right before the crash. The NTSB said there was a witness on a mountain bike trail about 50 feet above the crash site, and that they glimpsed the belly of the helicopter before the crash. This is a simulation of what that might have looked like.